Scene script. Have you ever wondered why families, who share so much in common, can be so different? Let's delve into the intricacy of family differences. The concept is as fascinating as it is complex. You see, families are like tapestries woven with threads of shared history, traditions, and DNA, yet each thread is dyed with its own unique experiences, beliefs, and perspectives. These differences often stem from a variety of factors. One of these is upbringing. Two siblings may grow up in the same household, yet their perceptions of their childhood can be as diverse as night and day. One might remember a nurturing, supportive environment, while the other recalls a demanding, high-pressure one. It's not that one is right and the other is wrong. It's simply that their experiences and interpretations vary. Personal experiences, too, can create family differences. Each member of a family walks their own path in life, encountering unique situations and challenges. These experiences shape our beliefs, attitudes, and behaviors, often setting us apart from our family members. Then there's the generational gap, a well-known but often misunderstood concept. Different generations have different values, priorities, and ways of seeing the world. They've grown up in different times, faced different challenges, and been influenced by different cultural and societal norms. This can lead to significant differences in perspectives and attitudes within a family. The intricacy of family differences doesn't end here. Our personalities, our choices, our partners, our careers, all these and more contribute to the rich tapestry of family dynamics. Yet, these differences, as complex as they may seem, are not necessarily a cause for concern. In fact, they can often add depth and diversity to our family relationships. They enable us to learn from each other, to challenge our own beliefs, and to grow as individuals. Family differences can indeed create a complex web of relations, but it's important to remember that they don't have to define us. Now, let's delve into how these family differences can sometimes create hurdles within the family structure. Imagine a family gathering, a table set for a meal, the aroma of home-cooked food wafting through the air. Yet, the atmosphere is tense, filled with unspoken words and unresolved issues. This is often the reality in families where differences are not addressed, creating a palpable air of discomfort. One of the main disadvantages of family differences is the potential for misunderstandings. This happens when family members have different viewpoints or beliefs, and they don't communicate effectively. These misunderstandings can escalate into conflicts, causing stress and tension within the family. It's like trying to complete a puzzle with pieces that don't quite fit. It's frustrating and leaves everyone feeling unsatisfied. Another downside to these differences is the strain they can put on relationships. When family members don't see eye to eye, it can lead to feelings of isolation or resentment. It's like being on a team, but feeling like you're playing a completely different game. This can lead to a breakdown in communication and a lack of trust, which are the cornerstones of any relationship. The emotional impact of these differences can also be significant. They can cause feelings of unhappiness, frustration, and even depression. It's like carrying a heavy backpack everywhere you go. It weighs you down and makes it hard to enjoy life. These disparities can also impact the family unit as a whole. They can create divisions, with family members taking sides. This can lead to a fracturing of the family structure, with the potential for long-lasting damage. It's like a crack in a piece of glass. If left untreated, it can lead to the glass breaking entirely. However, it's important to remember that these differences don't have to define a family. They are merely challenges to be overcome, and they can also present opportunities for growth and understanding. After all, it's through our differences that we learn to appreciate the uniqueness of each family member. As we can see, these differences can put a damper on familial harmony, but there's always room for improvement. So the question arises, how do we bridge these inherent gaps within our families? Well, the answer lies in understanding that families, like any other social structure, require work and effort. A great place to start is open communication. This means not just talking, but listening as well. It's about taking the time to hear what your loved ones are saying and understanding their perspective. Open communication fosters trust and understanding, and it can help to dissolve tensions and misunderstandings that may have existed. Next, understanding and respecting individual differences is crucial. Each family member is unique, with their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences. Recognizing this diversity within your family can help to create an atmosphere of acceptance where everyone feels valued and heard. Differences don't have to lead to division. They can be a source of strength and richness if we learn to appreciate them. Sometimes, though, the differences can feel overwhelming, and it might be hard to find a resolution on your own. In these cases, seeking professional help can be a wise step. Family therapists or counselors are trained to help families navigate these complex dynamics. They can provide tools and strategies to help manage and resolve conflicts, improving the overall family dynamic. And finally, creating an environment of acceptance and love is paramount. This means cultivating a space where everyone feels safe to express themselves, where they know they are loved and accepted for who they are. It's about fostering a sense of belonging and unity despite the differences that may exist. Bridging the gap in family differences isn't about eradicating those differences, but rather about learning to navigate them in a healthy, productive way. It's about finding common ground and building on that foundation of shared understanding and mutual respect. In the end, it's important to remember that families are not perfect. They are made up of individuals, each with their own strengths and weaknesses. But in the midst of these differences, there lies the potential for a beautiful, complex tapestry of relationships that can bring joy, support, and a sense of belonging. Remember, it's not about changing who we are, but about understanding and accepting each other for who we are. To better understand, let's consider some real-life examples of how people have successfully navigated family differences. Our first example is the story of the Johnsons. They were a family torn apart by differences in political beliefs. Every family gathering became a battleground, with heated debates and bitter arguments. But they decided to turn things around. They made a pact to keep politics out of their family time. Instead, they focused on shared interests like cooking, playing board games, and hiking. This allowed them to rebuild their relationships, and now they enjoy their time together, cherishing the love that binds them as a family. Next, let's look at the Martins. Their story is about overcoming generational differences. The older generation, steeped in tradition, often clashed with the younger ones, who were more inclined towards modernity. The breakthrough came when they decided to start a family book club. Every month, they would read a book together, sometimes a classic, sometimes a contemporary novel. This gave them a platform to understand each other's perspectives and appreciate their differences. Today, the Martins share a deep bond, enriched by their shared literary journey. The last example is of the Smiths, a blended family struggling with acceptance and adjustment issues. The parents, each with children from previous marriages, found it hard to foster unity. They took a unique approach. They started a weekly family meeting where everyone could express their feelings and concerns. They listened, validated each other's feelings, and worked together to find solutions. Over time, these meetings became a safe space for everyone, fostering understanding and respect. Today, the Smiths are a tight-knit family, cherishing the diversity that once threatened to tear them apart. These stories remind us that family differences, while challenging, are not insurmountable. They require understanding, patience, and a shared commitment to harmony. As these examples show, overcoming family differences is not only possible, but can also lead to stronger bonds. So, what can we take away from our discussion on family differences? Well, at the heart of it, family differences are a complex web of varying perspectives, beliefs, and experiences. They are as natural as the changing of seasons, a part of the human experience that is woven into the very fabric of our familial relationships. We've seen how these differences can pose challenges, creating rifts and misunderstanding, and sometimes leading to conflict within the family unit. They can cause pain and confusion, and even lead to a breakdown in communication. But it's important to remember that these disadvantages are not insurmountable. family differences can also be a source of growth and understanding, a springboard for open dialogues and deeper connections. They give us the opportunity to learn and grow, to see the world through different lenses, and to appreciate the diversity within our own families. The key to navigating these differences lies in understanding, acceptance, and communication. Understanding that each family member is a unique individual with their own opinions and beliefs. Acceptance that these differences exist and are a part of what makes our family who they are. And communication, the lifeblood of any relationship, which allows us to express our feelings, discuss our differences, and find common ground. We've explored some real-life examples that highlight how these principles can be applied. We've seen families bridge their differences, turning them into strengths rather than weaknesses. These stories serve as a reminder that while the journey may be challenging, the destination is worthwhile. Remember, it's not about erasing these differences, but about embracing them, about turning them into opportunities for growth and understanding. Because at the end of the day, it's these differences that make us who we are, that shape our family identity. Family differences are a part of life, but with understanding and effort, they can be navigated successfully. After all, our differences make us unique, and embracing them can only strengthen our familial bonds.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to Grow with Silver Studio Show. Please like this video and tell us your review about the video on the comment. This will encourage us to create more encouraging videos.